Hey Flosstube, it's Alisa with E Crafting in Colorado. Today's December 4th, 2023, and this might be my last update for the year. We'll see how things go. I just wanted to share what my progress was for basically the month of November, a few days late. That's how it goes. Usually running late, so anyway, let's just jump into things today. So, before I really get going, I've had several new subscribers. Don't know where y'all are coming from. So if someone has shouted me out or has, I don't know where y'all are coming from, but I appreciate you joining me and appreciate you hitting that little bell notification and hopping along with the craziness that goes on this channel. So, all right, so let's start here. First thing I want to start or note is I had 2 finishes this last go around for my last update, which was late October. So, first finish that I ironed yesterday. It's my tulips piece, Alisa project, and she is done. Really pretty happy with how this turned out. So, turned out well, and we got that done. No problem. I'm going to frame it soon. I think I'm going to wait till after the holiday because I feel sorry for the framers. You know, everybody's trying to meet that goal for Christmas, and I'm not doing this for Christmas. I'm just doing it for myself. So this is done. And I had said before that I was going to start right away a new Alisa kit, and you know, my last video showed all my new starts and that was not included in there. So we'll see. Not sure when I will start the peony kit that's by Alisa, but this was a pretty easy stitch because this is 14 count Aida, you know, fairly big box of colors. Yeah, so I don't remember how many finishes that makes it for the year now, but there's that one. And then I finished another one. This was, what was this? Design Works. This was a needlepoint kit, and I finished this as well. It was called Watercolor Flowers, I think is what it was called. Not sure what I'm going to do with this. Make it into a pillow. Yeah, I don't think I will make it into a pillow just because I've got so many pillows around here. I might just frame it and hang it up. I want to put up some shelving and then be able to display my stitching down here if it's not up in my main floor. I'll throw it down here because this does not match anything upstairs. But it was a nice one. I think I mentioned that was one that I was doing when we were traveling a lot along the road, and just nice. I almost finished it. I think I finished it 2 years. No, 3 years, almost to the day that I started it. So isn't that interesting? So, okay, so we got 2 finishes done. And so I added 2 new projects to the mix. Let me show this first one. This is, I'm hopping along the Sal with Colette the Highway Stitcher and Handiwork Maniac. This is A Fil des Necours, I think, by Jardin Prive. This is their October to October Sal. And let me put this up close. Look. And I was initially going to do it on a mocha fabric, the way that this is, and I did not. And I'm so glad that I didn't. I dyed fabric for this to go on, and this is still in my Nerge hoop. And here I am. I started, this was basically the middle of the pattern. So we're right in here in the middle, and I'm kind of working in two different pages here. I'm behind on the sal since it's December. I want to get caught up with everybody, but man, this thing is so darn cute. So darn cute. I love it. If you don't like stitching white, there's a lot of white in this, because you know, you don't really see it popping out the fence post, and then there's little birds in there that are stitched white, and then the clouds, but mainly that fence post. But this is really cute, and this is Ada. Here, let me take my little things off here. This is Ada that I dyed. So yeah, I'm really happy with it on the blue. I like the blue a lot more than that beige. So I'm planning on working on this until I get caught up, and then we'll go from there. So there's one start that I did, and then the other one is another sal with the lovely Catherine, the Needleberry Stitcher. She's one of my favorites. So hey, Catherine. There's a group of us who have started Woman in a Field of Flowers 1, and this is Stitches So Beautiful. And we started this basically right before Thanksgiving weekend. So it's interesting to see how everyone is doing this. And then there's been a few others. Pennington Terrace. And I said your name wrong the last time, so I'm sorry. She started this a few months back and she's already gotten the middle of the girl, and it looks so good. But here is where I am on this. Just now getting to the top of the field of flowers here. And so this is essentially a page finish. Yep, that's one page finish. And I am on this 1.99%. Why I didn't get to 2%? I got sidetracked with working on other things. So I'm thinking on how I'm going to stitch this, because I have a feeling this is going to be pretty intense confetti on here. Catherine and I were kind of talking. She's like, how are you gonna stitch this? And I think she's going across the top. I am thinking of going down, because did I start at the top? Yeah. Down and outside and working my way in, kind of like in a circular, because if I stitch that girl, I'm not going to want to do anything else. That's what I'm thinking. So we shall see. Plans might change, but yeah, this is where we're at. This is 20 count Ada, 3/1/10 stitch. So, and this is something funny. If any of you start this, there's one color that has 80, I think it's 88 stitches. Boom, you're done like that. So I've got my first color already done. So can't remember who shared that in our group chat, but thank you for sharing that, because that was like, okay, gotta get my first zero in on Pattern Keeper. So, all right, my other focus piece, and I'll be honest, I kind of got distracted with other projects and sals and different things that I haven't been working on this as much. Let me share a picture of what I want this to look like. It is Mini Evening by Leonid Afremov. And where is it? Oh, darn, here it is. This is what I want it to look like. Okay, let's do it this way. That's what I want it to look like. The entire project, if you want to see this, past these 2 benches. I just got done watching Holly from my Daily HAEDs. I think she's at 62% on this project. And so she's going to do the entire thing, and she's doing a great job. Mine, I am obviously cutting it off. So my numbers are going to be a little different from hers because I've marked off in Pattern Keeper what I'm not going to stitch. I am at 77.59% on this. So here's where we are on this. So I've still got all of this down to do here. I initially had said I want to try to get this done for the end of the year. That's not going to happen. I calculated it, and I have 18,650 stitches left. There's no way I could do that in, what is that, like 27 days? Yeah, there's no way I can do that because I have something called a job. And I have other life responsibilities. So, but you know what? I'm okay because this will be my first finish for 2024. And I had initially, you can kind of see, I put a red tick here where I was going to end this. And I was kind of playing with it in Pattern Keeper. And in order to get this second bench, here, I needed to move the stitches over just a little bit further. So I'm like 5 stitches in the last column, this last column. So I went back up and I've been filling those in, and I'm just trying to work my way down, and I was working in the Q-snap in this area. So the goal is to slowly work my way down because this is pretty intense in confetti. Get down into the benches, come down into the grassy area, and then over in here is the street, and this is yeah, just the tree trunks there, and it's nice or blocked colors. So there we are with that. And again, I'm at 77.59% based off of Pattern Keeper with me cropping it. So my number is higher based off of Holly's because she's doing the entire thing and I'm doing just a little more than, just barely over half of the project. So there we are with that one. My last video, I indicated that my husband was gone for the weekend, so I pulled this out because this is a doozy of one. This is a dimensions kit called The Finery of Nature. I've got a Sal going with the hashtag The Finery of Nature on Instagram if you'd like to join in on this. I am currently in this first quadrant here. So I while my husband was gone, I worked on The Woman in a Field of Flowers, and I worked on this. And I'm not taking this off because this is everything that you can see here. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we've got a couple of these green, I think we've got 2 more green leaves and then some purpley flowers. Yep. Some purpley flowers and then some more leaves. So I'm just trying to finish up what's I can do in my Q snap and then move this down. So it's slow going, honestly, because I have to stitch this with my lighted magnifier and my eyes get really tired. And so it delays. It kind of just, you know, when your eyes get tired and stitching on that black fabric, it's rough. Hold on, I dropped this. So I just wanted to kind of get caught up with where I should have been, because I should have been stitching this on the 1st of every month and I hadn't been. And since I'm leading this group, I was feeling guilty. So there's where we are with that. Oh, darn it. I forgot another project. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had thought I pulled it out, but I didn't. So, this is another project that I worked on called Ottoman Tiles by the Vivsters on Etsy. And I mentioned this numerous times. I'm stitching in all of these triangles around here, so it's going to be a rectangular piece. The oranges are being traded out for teal colors. So, and I just took off the top of this. So that's where we are on this. I finished this diamond shape, and I have started in this. So I worked on this during, now that I think about it, I had 3 Zooms this last month of stitching. So I stitched on this with some of my girlfriends. One of my friends, she's like, my husband's went hunting. I have nothing to do. Let's get on a Zoom. Because she lives almost 4 hours from me. And then we have another friend in Arizona. And then we had another one who's local to me. But it's just easier to all. So we had 4 of us hop on. And I worked on this because it's easy to laugh and giggle when we've got that. So Ottoman Tiles, and this has just been slow going because I haven't been working on it, and I usually work on it when I need something fairly easy to stitch. So, and this didn't work in Pattern Keeper, so it was probably me on how I uploaded it, but I'm using it as a paper pattern, so there's no stats on it. Okay, and the last project that I worked on, I've been dealing with some migraines and headaches, and just my husband. Headaches. I think it's just from stress, but I decided to pull this out. It's a no count stamped kit from Needleart World. It's this large poppies, and I've shared this once before, but I went ahead and I started this project. And it's going to be difficult for you to tell what's happening on this, so I'll kind of just, you can kind of see what I've done in the back there. So there's these little bits of yellow in the middle, and then I kind of just did the red. So that's where we are at this. Yeah, I've been dealing with some pretty intense headaches lately, and so where you want to do something but not really think. So this was perfect for this because it's 11 count. And so that's what I did with that. Over Black Friday, I did a lot of purchasing again. I'm not going to share what I bought. A lot of them are electronic patterns, and they're from Russian designers. So I'm kind of excited about starting some of those. I don't see anybody in the US or people who I follow, even international people that I follow on Flosstube. I don't see anyone who stitches some of these patterns. So I know I already talked about my new starts, so I might kind of scatter those in through the year, just kind of see how that goes. One thing I did want to share is I did buy some DMC off of eBay. And one of the boxes that came in, and it wasn't just some DMC. Let me just share here. Make sure my name isn't on here. It was a box like this, full of DMC. Okay, so this was like 600 skeins of DMC. Why am I telling you this? Because you're like, oh. Because these skeins of DMC, they came in these floss bags. So, what are they? File-a-floss. So they're little baggies, and then I don't know if you can really see on there. Can you see that? See these little, so it looked like it had this clip-on system where you could kind of move it around like a filing cabinet, and then it also had the numbers to the DMC listed on there. So, and some of them are kind of gross, I'll be honest. They're, you know, kind of gross. But if any of you use this system and you want these, please let me know, because I'm going to toss them, recycle them. I don't use that system, but I'm like, so there might be one of my viewers who can use that. So I'd like to share that with you if you're willing, and I will ship it to you. I'm going to keep it in the US because I'm terrible at shipping things outside of the, I'm terrible at shipping things, period, let alone outside the country. But here is, I haven't gone through this yet. This is the second box of DMC that I got for a really good price. This whole box. And look, I haven't gone through it yet. It's full. It's completely full of DMC. Yeah. So I still have to go through that and sort it. Oops, that's my name there. I want to share that. But yeah. So if you're looking for some good deals, they're out there. Yeah, so I think this one was, it was several hundred skeins. Maybe that first, I don't remember. It was over 600 skeins of floss again. So, and you know, they're a little older, but you know what? And when I kit up projects, if it has multiple skeins, if they don't match up, I buy fresh. But all these little onesies and twosies that you can do, I've kitted up multiple projects for that. So, because I do have overall a master set, but I was starting to get low on it, and I can't remember who said, hey, check out eBay, and I was like, oh, this is dangerous, because now I've shopped on patterns on eBay too. So, one other thing, I had to get a new tablet because my tablet that I used with Pattern Keeper. It was so old. We got it years ago for free. When my husband got a phone, this tablet came with it. Well, it finally pooped out because it was too old to sync up to Dropbox. And that's where I store all of my files. So I got a new tablet from work through a points system. So I got that for free. But the issue is I got a new tablet cover. And I'm bad at returning things. So I have this brand new tablet cover for Samsung Tab A. If anybody wants this, it did not fit my new tablet. So if anybody wants this, I will ship this to you for free. I'll make this a small little giveaway. The measurements on this are like 10 inches by 6.5, 10 by 6.5. And I will put the notes from Amazon where I got this on what the actual information is. So if any of you would like that, I'd like to share it with you. So, okay. For the rest of the year, my plans are to finish 2 projects. One is a really old project from the early 90s. And then the other one is to finish a Satsuma project. I'm hoping that I can get those 2 done by the end of the year. I'm taking a week off in December between Christmas and New Year. I'm going to be doing a lot of volunteer work through that time, so I know I won't have a lot of stitching time. So there's that. I do plan on doing one last video for the year. That is to share what my goals will be for 2024. I just got done watching Ailarra's 3-hour video on her goals and her 310 projects that she's gonna work on. Ailarra, you should be called the 310 Stitcher, but I know that there's somebody else who has that name, but it cracks me up. 310 projects. But I want to do something similar to that and just kind of share with you. I don't think I'm going to have any true focus projects, maybe 1 or 2 large ones, but I want to start working on all of these projects. I've just kind of been throwing things up in the air. One point in the year, I said, no, I want to focus on these. Well, you know what? Plans change. Your plans change, your thoughts change, life happens. So that's what's going on here. So not a lot of projects. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I worked on 8 projects over the last month. So that's not too bad. But I hope you all have a good rest of December. There's a lot of videos out there with Flossmas and end of year whip parades that are going to be coming up here soon. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. And thanks for spending time with me. Appreciate it. So, all right, Flosstube, take care. Bye-bye.